Hello students of class 6. So today in this video I will be teaching one of your poems, and the name of the poem is Weaver. So we always read poems and stories by an author, but this poem is written, I have written under the name of this poem Anonymous. So why have I written Anonymous? Because anonymous is the term which is used when we don't know the origin of the poet. When the origin of the poet is unknown to us, we use the word anonymous. So here the poem Weaver, we don't know who is the writer of this poem Weaver, who has written this poem Weaver. So what is the meaning of anonymous? Let me write it down for you. Anonymous means when the origin of the poet is not known. Origin of the poet is not known, which means when we don't know the name of the poet. So then in that case we use the term anonymous. So today we shall be reading this beautiful poem called Weaver, and before I start the poem I would give you the fact, the basic, the theme of this poem, that what is the theme of this poem. So let me write it down for you. So the theme of this poem is faith in God. F-A-I-T-H, faith in God. That we should always have faith in God no matter what happens in our life, no matter what the circumstances or the situations are, we should always have faith in God. So the theme is faith in God, and the genre, that is the category, the genre is spirituality. So what is the genre of this poem? That is spirituality, which means what? It means relation with God. Relation with God. I hope you can see the board. So the theme of the poem is faith in God, genre is spirituality, that is relation with God. So if you want, you can write it down. Okay, so let me just start with the poem. And another thing which I have missed out, that is the characters. Who are the characters? In every story, in every poem, there are certain characters. So in this poem, the characters are, I'm rubbing the board. So the characters of this poem are God and human being. So characters are God and human being. Okay. So let us start with the poem Weaver. Anonymous. My life is but a weaving between my Lord and me. I cannot choose the colors he weaves so steadily. So in the very beginning, the author is saying that my life. So here in this poem, he has compared the life of a human being with the life of weaving. So my life, as in, the poet is not only talking about his life, but the poet is talking about all the life of all the human beings. That my life is but a weaving. So this life of human beings, this has been given by God. So my life is but a weaving between my Lord and me. Lord means God. So here Lord means God. So as I said, the characters in this poem are human being and God. So the poet is saying, my life is but a weaving between my Lord and me. I cannot choose the colors. He weaves so steadily. So I cannot choose the colors. The upper meaning, the outer meaning is outer meaning of color, because here the human beings' lives have been compared to weaving. So that is why weaving means when we weave clothes, when we have to weave different kinds of clothes, what do we need? We need different colors, we need threads of different colors, black, blue, green, golden, silver. Only then a dress or a cloth become colorful, bright and beautiful. So in the similar manner, our life has got different colors. Colors as in the good days and the bad days. Sometimes we are very happy, some days we are very happy, some days we are very sad. So these happy days and good days, the happy days, sad days, these days have been compared with colors. So the poet is saying that I cannot choose the color, which means me, human being, we cannot choose what will happen in our life. Someday there will be something, some days something bad can happen to us, and then on the other hand, something good can also happen to us. So this good things and bad things, these are something which is not there in our hand. This is something which is there in the hands of God, because God is the one who has created this life. God has created all the human beings, this living creatures, even the non-living creatures, plants, everything. This whole world is the creation of God, and we are just living. We are like in other words, we can say we are like a doll in the hands of God, because it is He who is controlling us. So the poet is saying, He weaves so steadily. He is in capital letter. He means God. Again, He means God. So He weaves steadily means slowly. So God weaves our lives. God has given us this life, and He slowly, day by day, He weaves our life. Which means He gives us sad days also, He gives us bad days also. Next stanza. Oft times He weaved sorrow. Oft means often. O-F-T, oft. It means often. Oftentimes He weaveth sorrow, which means He sometimes gives us sadness. He weaves sorrow in our life. And I in foolish pride forget He sees the upper and I the underside. So now the author is saying that oftentimes God gives us bad days. We are in a bad mood. Something bad happens to us. Maybe we have lost our special ones, or maybe we have for the children I'm saying. For example, a student or a small girl or a small child has scored bad marks in the exam, and we get upset. So that is done, everything is done, everything happens for a reason. And so this author is saying that I in foolish pride, I become foolish. I don't understand the consequence of anything or everything that is happening in my life, and I start to doubt God. That is something which should not be done by me, because at the end of the day, our fate, our destiny is something which is already written by God. And so the author is saying that I forget that He sees the upper. He means God. God sees the whole thing. He doesn't see just the outer thing. He sees the whole thing. He even knows the wishes in our heart. Whatever we want, that is known by God. And so, and I the underside. So it is me, or it is the human being. Human beings always see just the outer level. Ki something bad is happening to me, and we start crying, we start sulking that why something is bad happening to me, why are we not getting any opportunities, or why certain things are not correct in my life. So we start questioning God, we start doubting God. So because we are foolish, because we don't go into depth, we don't delve in the depth. But God does. God sees all the things. God knows our wishes of the heart, and whatever He does it for the good of all the human being. Third stanza. Not till the loom is silent and the shuttle cease to fly, with God roll back the canvas and explain the reason why. So this is again something which is related to weaving, and this stanza again I need to explain it to you in a very detailed manner. So I will again explain the last two stanzas of this poem in my next video. So I hope this poem, the first two stanzas, are clear with you people. So thank you for now. I will again see you in my next video. Thank you, students.